Welcome to Ainslie Bullion News. It's Wednesday, 23rd of September. Ever closer to the end of the month. Today we're talking the truth behind highest household wealth. In a world where news often comes in small byte headlines, one could be deceived into thinking things are better than they are without a little critical thought, or at least a deeper dive into the story. Case in point, US household wealth hits record high that we saw yesterday. Talk about a V-shaped recovery. The US Fed's flow of funds report showed that after the biggest drop in household wealth last quarter of $8 trillion, we saw that this last quarter, the biggest increase in history, an almost full rebound of $7.6 trillion. Amazing. This next graph shown here, showing outflow and inflow of household and non-profits. Net worth doesn't seem like it's real. A quick glance at the chart previously shown tells you that all that change in wealth came from, and that is shares. And therein lies the unfortunate truth, and also one of the key determinants of how this next US election pans out in the immediate term. How doggedly Trump will keep his stock market high, but more broadly how social inequality and dislocation is getting worse. That US household wealth skyrockets at times when literally tens of millions of its citizens have either lost their job or have reduced incomes is very telling. There are over 29 million Americans getting unemployment benefits. Most of those were from already lower paying jobs hit hardest by the pandemic. Indeed, research from Opportunity Insights revealed the highest paying one-third of jobs have almost fully recovered, while the bottom one-third are 16% lower. And that's for those who still have one. The Fed data also reveals that the wealthiest 1% own 31% of the entire US's wealth. Top 10% more than 2/3 of all wealth. You can do the math, but that means that the rest, or 90% of all Americans, share less than 1/3 of all wealth. Last election, that saw a lot of red Make America Great Again hats in protest of a government that could let that happen. Whether that plays out again, or if they see the prospect of more direct free money from the left remains to be seen. That previously shown chart shows the changes, and below, or next shown, we're going to show you the totals. You can see that the biggest change in history also delivered the biggest amount of household wealth in history, albeit not inflation adjusted. You might want to zoom in on that one. It's assets, liabilities, and net worth. Breaking that up by category, you can see that equities are again the biggest source of wealth in the US, just above real estate. Check out this table here, outlining that. For comparison, in Australia, the last report done by the ABS was for 2017 and 18, where we saw the top 1% own 16% of the nation's wealth, the top 10% own 50%, and the bottom 40% own just 2.8% of the entire nation's household wealth. This is a chart showing that here for income and wealth. Back to the US, we have seen enormous gains on Wall Street since the GFC, fueled by easy money policies and stimulus from the Fed that promote more debt to be taken on to buy equities and property assets, driving those values ever higher. The reality is only the rich can get access to such debt, and hence the growing divide. Wall Street has boomed while Main Street has been left behind. History is littered with examples of how badly that inevitably ends. The same history shows gold as the preeminent asset that survives and indeed thrives. That is the macro generational view. More immediately, the following and shown chart and the volatility of last week shows that how this might more immediately end. Each vertical red bar is a recession. If you think that skinny little red bar on the right is over, well, good luck. It's just getting started. Well, that's news for today. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, ainsleyBullion.com.au for all things gold and silver, ainsleywealth.com.au for all things cryptocurrency, goldsilverstandard.com if you'd like to research and look into our gold and silver backed cryptocurrency. Live on coinspot.com.au for purchase, exchange, or sell back. You can also buy it and sell it through Ainslie Wealth as well. We'll catch you tomorrow.